Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour. This is the show where we talk about everything from action figures to comic books and everything in between. My name is Aidan, and today we are going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, The Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker, Dagobah figure. Wow, 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 was that a mouthful. But I paid $45 for this at Toronto Fan Expo, and this was last year, 2023, and here's the back with the other figures in that line. So I've already got Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, I've already got A New Hope Chewbacca, and A New Hope Darth Vader, and I've got a Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, though this is an Empire Snowtrooper. So these are not for children under the age of 4 years because there is a possibility of choking on the small parts. So parents, please be cautious. But I wanted to get this figure because I wanted to get one of Luke and Leia from the 3 different movies because they have varying looks between the films. And also I did not have one where Luke had his blue lightsaber. Now, this originally came as a 2-pack with Yoda, but since this was a re-release for the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back, they just decided to have them sold separately. So I really like how this is made to look like the classic Kenner toy packaging from the 1980s. But as classy as I think this is, let's open it up. But first, here's a little read-up. Commemorate the 40th anniversary of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back with figures from the Black Series featuring classic design and packaging. And that's also in other languages. But yeah, on the back we have the warnings and the copyright information. But let's open this bad boy up and take a closer look. So in terms of accessories, Luke only comes with his lightsaber and his blaster pistol, but that's fine, although I would have expected them to include his belt, but you can't ever get everything you want. Let's take a look at the figure because that's the main attraction. So in terms of sculpting the features of Mark Hamill, I think that this does a pretty good job, and the hair looks good. They got all the dirt and grime from the swamp, but let's take a look at the articulation. Nice musculature. The definition looks good. So boom, 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 boom. And this one bends that way. This is abdomen movement. Kick out, kick back, do the splits. Cut at the thigh, bend at the knee, point the toes down and back up, and rock the ankle. And yeah, that also head movement. Look up, look down, boom, boom. And the neck is a separate piece, so that increases the mobility, which is very good. But yeah, that is the articulation on this figure. It is very, very agile, and I like that a lot. I wish all figures would have this sort of flexibility, but sadly, due to costume hindrances, not every character can move like that. But yeah. My one complaint about Black Series figures is that it's difficult to have them standing up. But But there we go. And let's take his accessories out. So his blaster pistol is the same type that Han Solo has. I forget the name, so in the comment section please remind me. And while you're down there, please suggest any future videos you'd like to see. And if you're new to the show and want to check out more videos like this, please subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post new videos. Share this with your friends if they're interested in this sort of content. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you didn't, I'm very sorry, and please hit the dislike button. You won't hurt my feelings. So he holds his gun very well, and since you can move the wrist around, would have been nice if he had his holster, but like I said, you can't get everything you want. It's just nice to have Luke in his second film. So now let's take a look at his lightsaber, which originally belonged to his father. So there's a hook here which you would use to attach to his belt, but he doesn't have a belt, so we'll just leave it at that. And the blade can be removed. Please be careful, it is gentle, but there's just the hilt of his lightsaber, an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. And it's going to be a little easier to get this in his hand. Let's there we go. Boom. There we go. That's how I like to have the lightsaber placed, because his hand, his fingers are on the activation button, and the lightsaber is molded so that there's like a little notch here that rests on this part here that's sculpted. Now this does look like the blade from the movie, and I like the light blue color. Sorry about that. So here we are. He is fully armed and operational. And there we go. Now he looks like a cool action hero from the 80s, which he is. So now for the size comparison part of the video, let's have him standing next to his trusty friend C-3PO. Now 3PO is around the same height as him. Here he is with his old buddy Chewbacca, who is obviously much taller. Let's have him standing next to his younger self. This is from the ending scene of the first movie where he gets his medal for blowing up the Death Star. Same height, obviously. It's just a 3-year difference. Now here he is standing next to Darth Vader. Whoop. Looks about right, because Darth Vader's supposed to be like 6 feet 7 inches tall, so he's a big boy. Now let's have him standing next to Princess Leia from the first film, from that same scene where she gives him the medal. Looks about right. Mark is a bit taller than Carrie was. Now let's have Luke standing next to his wife, Mara Jade, from the future. Now Mara is slightly taller than him, which is fine. And for the last Black Series figure, let's have him standing next to a stormtrooper. And in keeping with the film, the stormtrooper is taller. Now let's go with another Hasbro figure from a different series. This is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Japanese Spider-Man from the 1970s TV show from Japan. And finally, let's have him standing next to the McFarlane Toys DC Direct Superman from the Reign of the Superman, which is where he comes back to life. And again, much taller than Luke, which is to be expected. But yeah, that is that for the size comparison portion of the video. In conclusion, I really like this figure. It looks a lot like Mark Hamill, and although the upper lip is a little strange, but that might just be from me looking at it from this angle. But let me know what you think. And I really like the painting and the attention to detail in the musculature and the sculpting of his weapons. I've got a sailboat as the background on my computer so you can see how blue this is, and really well sculpted gun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I sincerely hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.